Welcome, everyone. Long awaited.
What is that? What is that? Is that your voice? I haven't heard your voice over the mic in so long, J-Vel.
It's been so long.
It's been so long, Jason.
I've had people on the streets tell me they caught up to the podcast. Like people that are behind.
They've caught up.
That's
incredible.
So now it's go time.
Yeah, and I have in this particular voice, because you know your voice, off camera is different than...
It's not as... loud, maybe?
It's not as excitable.
Nah.
So this is different.
Sometimes it is.
It's been so long, J-Bell.
It matters. It was excitable the other day.
I missed it, Jason Bell.
It is. I'm excited for the conversation.
Okay.
I will say this, though.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome to the Jason Osi podcast, first of all.
Mm-hmm.
Long awaited, overdue. But there was an event the other day for a celebratory reason.
Yeah.
It was... a king's, a prince's birthday.
Yeah.
Your middle child.
Yep, my middle child.
I will not say his government name out loud on the podcast because we protect
protect them.
We protect the kids.
Got you.
We protect the kids. But he was 4.
Yes. And he let you know he was 4.
He let me know he was 4.
Yeah.
His cake was amazing. I took a picture.
Very nice.
Showed my daughter. Who could not go because she was at a birthday party. A lot of birthday parties.
A lot of stuff going on.
Yeah, a lot of going on. I say all this not to get into the party. Food was amazing, by the way.
Boom.
Outstanding. Shout out to everybody that made it happen.
Mm-hmm.
But I say that because I was in your man cave.
Yes, you were.
We
sat in there for a long time.
We sat in there a long time.
Yeah.
A special place.
Yeah. Very
and
nice.
on its way to the man cave.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to fit so nice.
It's going to fit perfectly, isn't it?
It's going to be lovely.
Yeah.
Your lazy boy chair.
Give it the clap.
The ultimate man cave experience is only legitimized with a lazy boy chair. Do you agree?
It's not even if I agree. This is a fact. You all right? So there's a lot of people who talk about things and they just say whatever they want to say, but then there's facts. And in terms of facts, in terms of chairs, lazy boy is synonymous with comfort. And I cannot wait, Jason Bell, to have that in my man cave.
I need...
my little bitty man cave.
Your little bitty man cave. It's going to be all lazy boy chair and a huge television screen.
And a huge television screen.
It's big.
In my little bitty man cave.
And
big house.
Big house.
All they got for me
little
is
room,
a little bitty man cave.
Going to be filled out with the lazy boy chair.
Absolutely.
Sundays is all about the NFL and lazy boy.
100%.
Everybody needs to understand we only represent things on this podcast that we believe in.
100%.
And we believe in comfort.
Yep.
We believe in satisfaction.
That's true.
We believe in luxury.
Amen.
Lazy boy.
Uh-huh.
Lazy boy.
I hope they cut it. I hope they cut a real check.
Woo! Man, I'm telling you, kick your feet up, relax, all that. So you all need to visit. Check this out. LA-Z-boy.co.uk to see the full range of lazy boy chairs.
We've officially crossed over.
We have crossed over.
Yeah.
We are here.
We've crossed over.
We are here. We've crossed over.
No, 100%. We've crossed over.
We have.
Oh, no, we're selling stuff now.
But we believe in this. We believe in this.
We've crossed over, bro.
I love it.
I'm just sitting here listening. I'm watching what's going on now.
I'm excited. I can't wait.
We are part of the machinery.
We are. And it's all
we're in the matrix.
We are in the matrix. Shout out to Lazy Boy. Visit the website. Come into the matrix with us. And, that's what I had to say at the start of the show because I need the people to understand that this is real. This is our life.
Yeah.
The man cave is the man cave, and it needs man cave things.
It does, and it was an incredible man cave.
It is amazing.
You're right. You're absolutely right.
Thank you for inviting me to that party.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for coming.
I was the last person to leave.
Yes. Which is to be expected. How could you call yourself my friend? We haven't seen each other in I don't even know how long, and then you leave early.
Listen,
that would be very disrespectful.
I walked out, people were going to sleep.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah, 100%. And that's the way it's supposed to be.
And that's the way it's supposed to be.
When you're invited to a good friend's house, you got to pay your respects to that friend by staying there until the very end, Jason Bell.
Absolutely. And I go out with a bag full of leftovers.
Yeah.
But, you know.
Layla always takes care of you.
Layla hooks me up.
Always. Never fails.
But let me tell you how she really hooked me up. She sent me out with a Harrods bag.
That's how she's living. That's how she's living.
She gave me a Harrods bag like something real nice came out of there. I mean? I didn't even throw the bag away. I'm bringing the bag back.
Fine china in there. She would have wrapped mine in a Waitrose bag. She would have just wrapped it up. No, she would have put the food directly in the bag. She wouldn't have even put it in. She wouldn't have even put it in the china. She would just put it in the bag. Yeah, you can manage this. You can manage that. Wrap it up. You can manage. That's how she treat me.
No silverware,
nothing.
Put your hand in there.
Just enjoy yourself, buddy. Get out of here. Go on to work. Bring home that paper.
Go to work.
Go get that paper, bro. Go speak on Lazy Boy. Go speak about Lazy Boy. Bring that paper. That's how she treats me.
L to the A hyphen Z.
You know what I mean? Incredible. But Jason.
Okay.
Jason,
Ooh,
on a more serious note.
Okay.
Talk to me. There's something that has been, I would say, bothering me.
Okay. I'd like to address that.
Yeah. So the British government has come up with a plan to send asylum seekers or refugees
yes,
to Rwanda.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
There's a massive uproar about that.
Yes.
Rightfully so.
Yes.
I get it. I understand. People are very upset.
They are.
Right? They think that this is a racist policy, and you know, because people from Ukraine they're integrating them into European society and all that good stuff, right? And here's what I'll say about that. I understand the emotion.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
I understand why people may think that. Right?
Yes.
I get it. But here's what I think is actually racist.
Tell me.
See, I've been to Rwanda. Right? I've been to Rwanda.
Yes, you have.
If I had to pick one of the top 5 countries that I could live in for the rest of my life, Rwanda would be on that list.
All right, I like this.
It would be.
Yep.
This is a country that has rebounded from unspeakable tragedy to become one of the best countries in Africa. Well-led, clean, secure. Something happened to me in Rwanda when I went to Rwanda.
Okay.
One of the most incredible things that has ever happened to me in my entire life. And this happened to me in Rwanda. This wouldn't happen here, Jason. It wouldn't happen in America. This happened in Rwanda. I landed in Rwanda, and as soon as I landed, they make you take a COVID test because they don't want no COVID in there.
As soon as you land.
As soon as you land.
Okay.
No matter what you come with.
Yeah.
I took the test. And the guy who did the test for me, I'm in Africa, right? I'm in Rwanda, and I'm thinking with my African mentality.
You switch quick because you understand.
I understand. I'm in Rwanda. This guy does the test. I get up. I take out $20, leave it on the table for him. I didn't think nothing. I just thought that, I'm just going to help this guy out, right?
Yeah.
$20, left it on the table, got up, left. Because he had gone out to go get like the results. So he didn't see me do it. Put it on the table, left. I get outside. My test is negative. I'm on my way to the hotel in a car. The driver of the car receives a phone call. And he's talking. He's like, oh, okay, yeah. He hands me the phone. I'm like, yo, what is this? Right? This is a true story, Jason. As sure as I'm sitting here today, this happened.
Okay.
I was like, what is going on? They're like, hey, excuse me, sir. You left $20 on the table here, and we are bringing that money back to you. Where's your hotel, sir? And
it's so cost them $20 to get it back.
100%. So in my head, I'm thinking, first of all, how do they know where I was? Right?
True.
That's first.
That's high level.
High level. Secondly, they were so against corruption of any sort.
They won't give that money back.
They brought that money back to my hotel. and give me my $20 back. This is Rwanda. Clean, highly developed. These guys are progressive, right? Moving forward. Great country. So the thoughts that because these people are being sent to Rwanda, all of a sudden it's less than, it's racist in itself.
Okay.
And it is a slap in the face of the Rwandan people, the Rwandan governments, African people. It 100% is a slap in their face because that place is not hell the way people are trying to make it seem to be. It's not. It's a great country, Jason. People need to put respect on that name.
Okay. This is genius. Because I kind of understand Rwanda, right? Because of conversations we've had and the way I study Africa in probably the last 7 years.
Yep.
Okay. I feel like what you've just said, people need to understand. Like you said, racist, and the first thing I thought was ignorance.
Yep.
And reframing the word, because you're right, people are in uproar. They automatically think, this is unacceptable.
Yeah.
Why would you do this? But they don't know what Rwanda is. A lot of them couldn't point it out on a map. But yet, this is automatically unacceptable because it's Africa. Now, I wasn't as extreme in my views now by listening to you, but when I first saw it, I thought, ooh, hold up.
Yeah.
You know, like, hold up now. I get we're for the cause, like, I get it, but let's think about this. And you're right. Is this what people do? People are always looking for a mental shortcut.
Yep.
Especially when we don't understand anything. So let's say a lot of people don't understand Rwanda. I've never been there. You're the only, a lot of people do not know, but they have this shortcut, which makes it easy for them to have an opinion and to make their opinion so-called fact. Which, if you're arguing over this political policy, you kind of need to have facts.
You should know.
You kind of need to have facts. You can say, in my opinion, I feel like this isn't right.
Yeah.
You know, what is this? And then take that next step, which is, all right, what is actually happening? That would take some effort. That would take time. And we know in this age of you can just repost something, like, hate, share, whatever. People don't use the time to do that. That's absolutely, I'm with you, man. Like, there's so many things that, and so many people from so many places in the world that is so welcoming, so open, so safe. And we, especially in a Western world, think that anything that isn't the way we have it or the way we think it should be is second class.
Yep.
You know, what's the word I'm looking for? Third world. You know, like in America, man, our healthcare system is third world. If you're broke,
there's a lot going on there, man.
You know what I'm saying? Like, don't get sick.
Yeah.
Don't because what's our safety net system compared to the rest of the world? You know, there is no social safety net. You fall on your face. You know, why is our homeless population what it is? Out of control. Think about where I'm from in LA. I mean, the housing prices are through the roof. And the policy throughout all the years was such that they didn't even want to build houses. Why don't they want to build houses, OC? Because the people with houses want their property value to go up. So let's not build anymore. We have, what is that? Let's ship them to California, see if they can make it on their own. You know, I'm just saying, man, now I'm just being super hypothetical, but yet to your point, which is a strong point, OC, which is a very strong point I wasn't ready for, but I fall into the category of ignorance on this. I just didn't speak it.
Yep.
Because I I felt some kind of way about it, but I didn't verbalize it. But the fact that I felt some kind of way let me know that I should have called you and asked.
Yeah. Yeah.
I should have called you and asked. Since we're talking about people saying things,
yep,
because a lot of people had a lot of things to say about that situation. I always like when we can relate things that interest us to our sport we love, the NFL players involved, right? Boom. We do so much more than run up and down the field, which I love and I miss.
Yep.
Yeah, I miss.
Do you miss that?
Yeah, I miss it. I've been missing it lately. I've been missing it lately.
You've been missing like the game? Like
playing? Yeah, I've been missing playing.
Why?
I think maybe I go through this every year around this time because my body feels this thing where I was preparing for war, right? Like this is our body for the majority of our life. This was like honing time.
Yeah.
Like you getting right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Everything you doing. Everybody's on vacation. You're in the lab.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like so I think something kicks in. I could smell it in the grass. You know, I was walking today and I just smelled some grass and it just did something to me. So I think that's what it is.
I'll tell you what, Jason. I think you're right. I think you're right. And the difference is I don't miss it at all. I don't miss playing.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
I miss like the camaraderie.
Yes.
I miss like my teammates. I miss being around them. But the game itself, I don't miss it. And I'll tell you why I think I don't miss it. I'm gonna tell you exactly why. It's because I have found a replacement for that competition.
Ooh, I know what it is. I know what it is.
Period.
Does it happen to do with 5 people?
5 aside. 5 aside.
You will kill yourself out there.
100%. I do the same things. I play injured. I train for it.
You do.
You know what I mean? Like it is like a real.
It's a craft.
That's exactly. And so I think it's just when you said that, right? Because I'm able to get that fix from competition elsewhere, I don't miss it the way you would.
Yeah.
Now you train, you do things, but you don't have that. No, you don't have that competition that we need. We thrived off of it. And
that's
I have it.
Funny you say that, because before my neck went out on me and my back got even worse, I used to train in mixed martial arts.
Yep.
And I would go there with the pro guys and get worked.
Yeah, you compete.
Know, they would beat me up.
Yep.
But I loved it.
Yep.
And I would just go home and do the drills and stuff. And then, I did it as long as I could. But everything I did was for that.
You need it.
I'm like, why am I getting beat up by dudes that are going to go get a check from this for fun? I'm just sacrificing my body. Oh, man, I need help.
You have to do, Jason, is because no matter how much you miss it, you're not going back to play, right? That's over. Forget
a fact.
Forget that, right?
We're talking in facts.
Yeah, that's done. So all we got to do for you is we got to figure out what you can do as a sport that's competitive, that can remove this itch that you have. Otherwise, you're just going to go crazy, J-Bell.
We need to start a sport with Lazy Boy.
Lazy Boy Sport.
Lazy Boy Sports.
Yeah.
We get the Lazy Boy.
Put some wheels on it.
Woo!
Yeah.
Just
figure it out.
Lounging.
Yeah. Figure it out.
Shout out to Lazy Boy.
Yeah. Where were we? We were talking about something.
So I was talking about a statement a guy in the league made. I like this guy. I think you do too. I'll give you a clue.
Okay.
When everything was happening in the U.S. with George Floyd, he was the first quarterback to come out and say something.
Okay.
And as soon as he said it, which we'll say his name because I know Osi knows now, we were like, oh, this kid's something different.
Yeah.
Now, this is before the kid made it to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
This is before the season he had right now. This was his rookie year. Right?
Yeah.
Am I right? Yeah.
He hadn't even played
a game. He hadn't even played.
Hadn't played a game.
He's out there. So what did we say? We said, man, this team is going to rally behind this kid. This is different.
Joe Burrow. They did.
You look at Joe Cool, man.
Yep.
He's my favorite quarterback. Flat out. And it's because I look at him and I go, Yeah, I'm following that dude in the battle. Like, that dude's my leader. Like, the quarterback, de facto leader on offense. That's my guy.
But he's an actual leader.
He's he's an actual leader.
Not just by title.
Not just by title. Yeah. Exactly. So he comes out and makes another somewhat statement. I want to know your opinion on the shootings in Texas. Now, we haven't been on since that happened, and we've had our discussions about it and how we feel. And I don't know if we don't have enough time to dive in that now, but we can talk about our brethren's making statements. So he comes out, he says a statement against high-powered weapons, and it was it's somewhat of a statement, and then says that we'll leave that up to the people,
politicians who get paid.
Right. And I want to know, what are your thoughts about his statement?
His lukewarm statement. His tepid statement.
Because we both really respect him.
100%.
And you say lukewarm.
Yeah, it's tepid.
Okay. But he's the first one to the podium.
Okay. I'll give you that.
And that's what I like about him. He's not scared. He's not scared to be put in a box.
I'll give you that. I'll give you that, right?
Yeah.
And you're 100% correct. He did come out. He did say something, right? But the thing is, everybody isn't, this is just me personally.
That's what I want to know.
Right?
That's what I want to know.
And everybody has different ways of going about things, right? But I don't like to waffle, right?
Yeah.
I don't like that.
No.
I don't like for you to be in like, if you're going to say something.
You're not a toe the line guy.
No. If you're going to say something, right? Otherwise, you can just be quiet. There's nothing wrong with being quiet.
Yes.
It's okay to just not say anything at all.
Yes.
But if you are going to say something, come out and say it. Why would you, you come out and say something against, we got to do something about these weapons. I don't think that it should be easy for kids to go buy weapons, which is what he said.
Yep.
I think that everybody in there, if you have any type of sanity at all, would say the same thing. I don't think it's okay for it. But then you come out after that and you're like, I'm going to let the politicians, do what they're paid for. I'm a football player. Like, where's... Why?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah, that's the only part I had a problem with.
Yeah,
why? That's the only part. And the reason I had a problem with it, and I agree with you on this point, is because athletes and activism have always been one.
Yep.
People in power or people that have a problem with what you are trying to get behind always want to stop it. And there's a reason. Why do people want to stop something? Because it's powerful. They want to stop that wave before it starts. They want to nip it in the bud. We keep politics out of this game. We keep religion out of this game. We keep everything that makes us uncomfortable or might actually gain momentum out of this game. So I guess my only suggestion would be, because I love this kid, you don't have to have the answers just to make a statement.
Yep.
You don't have to now provide the 10-point solution checklist. And they're going to try to make you do it, Osi. They're going to be like, well, Jay Bell, you said this. What would you do? Because that's going to make you uncomfortable, and hopefully you shut up next time. I don't have to have the answer to make the statement. We can figure out the answers together, but I'm going to make this statement.
Yep.
And that's what we got to continue to do. They try to do it. Think about what they try to do to LeBron and other basketball players when they made political statements. And how they try to silence them and make them try to seem somewhat ignorant on the topic at hand, because they can't answer what 99% of the population can. People don't have the full solution. You see people that do this every day. They're like, hey, these are some of our options. Hey, let's try this. And when we have something, I'll back up. When we have something we care about, we should be able to say that. We should be able to articulate that in a way we feel comfortable. and then let it live. It's the same way you pose questions. You were talking to a former teammate of ours. And it was talking about being a captain.
Mm-hmm.
And it was talking about everything. And he said something about you should have been, or why weren't you? And you were like, they didn't want me. They didn't want me to have that voice. They didn't want me to have that voice.
Mm-hmm.
Now, is it the team? No, you know your relationship with the team, but maybe at the time, because they knew, right?
Yeah.
Because you weren't, you were the person that would just put it out there.
Mm-hmm.
And you weren't scared, and you weren't going to be bullied into having your statement dissected.
Yeah.
And as this kid is going to be something else. As a player, as a leader in the league, as someone who can speak for all.
Mm-hmm.
Never back down.
Never.
Just say it. Because to your point, what he was saying, most of the people in America are right there with you.
Mm-hmm.
Don't ever let them tell you because you're an athlete, because you're not an expert at this, that you can't have an opinion or statement. Because guess what? They got plenty of opinions and statements on everything Joe Burrow does every week, and they ain't ever took a snap.
Nope. 100%. 100%. I agree, man. I agree. Don't just to add slightly to what you just said. These people who are telling him to, shut up and dribble or whatever that they're saying, they're really not that smart.
No. That's why they make these, that's why they use these phrases.
Not that smart. He may, in fact, be smarter than most of them. So because you are a quarterback or a football player, don't say, hey, we're going to let the politicians. They don't know nothing either. They don't.
Because if Joe Burrow wanted to be a politician,
he'd be a great one.
I guarantee you he'd get a lot of votes.
He'd be a great one.
And he'd be great at it.
100%.
And this is why we have to make sure we really, I like that you said it, because we have to be very safe about this. We have to be calculated. It's the same way you talk things through with people that are involved in your businesses on where are we going, how are we looking at this? Because when guys retire, we have a pool of talented people that can go on and do some significant things in this world. Don't ever give them an excuse to say you can't do it, because they want to. They want you to not be good at anything else.
Besides throwing that ball.
That's it.
That's all they want you to be good at.
We have a special group, a crop, especially these young quarterbacks, man. Look at these dudes and how they interact with everybody. The world is changing. The NFL, and at that position, I think is showing that change. So these guys need to be proud of their voice and keep stepping out there and never, ever say, we're going to leave it to somebody else. You say, together, we'll figure this out. I feel better about this now.
Yeah, that's really good, Jason.
I do.
Really good.
I got to ask you a question, Osi. Yep. And this is a left-hand turn. But there's
that means we're probably back at the point where we started.
Yeah, we're going to big circle.
Made several.
It's like a lot of Karens. We're getting back to Karen time.
Yeah.
I think the whole thing has been like that.
Yeah, actually, it's been good.
But yeah, we're back to that. I think I have a statement, but I'm asking a question. There's a certain situation that I've talked to someone about. And the first thing is when I had this conversation, I thought of you because you had been through it. And it's quite personal, but I want to know your opinion, your thoughts on this. When your father passed away.
Yeah.
I remember he was out here a lot, seeing doctors and everything. You know, if you had someone, father, mother, and you had a finite amount of time on it, right? Somebody said, you know, they have this long to live. I was wondering, like, because I was having this conversation, what would you ask your father that you haven't asked now that he's not here?
Yeah.
Like, is there something where you think, I should have asked that? I wish I would have asked that. Or I'm glad I asked that.
Yeah. Okay, so my dad was 80 when he passed. He lived a good life. long life. I think I would have expected or hoped that he lived longer. I think we all do. But 80 years is pretty good. I think the one thing that I was able to do, luckily, is the last couple of years, especially, I spent a lot of time with him. Like I just did. He loved Layla, he liked being around, and we enjoyed having him around because I looked up to my dad. Always did, still do, right? So we spent a lot of time with him. Yeah. And all the things that I could do for him as a son, I did.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
And I understood that, like, I took care of him.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
like
I
did the best things I could do for him. My dad was he was a flashy guy, right? He was a king, right?
Yeah, yes, so, he was. I've seen the palace.
Yeah, exactly. And so because I was fortunate enough to have made, like, money, I would do things for him, right? In a big way, right?
Man, yeah.
So we did, like, I took him to the Burj Al Arab, like the 7-star hotel.
I remember that.
Yeah, you remember?
Yeah.
Took him out there. He had his own room. Yeah. We flew in Emirates, like, the first. I put him in first. I said in business, I put him in first because I couldn't afford.
You put the king up there. No.
You sit in. Yeah. And so, I remember. I remember the look on his face, right? Because he loved good things, and he just looked at me. He was like, "Yeah, son," right?
Yeah,
he was
that said it all.
Yeah, and so I did everything that I could as a son for him, right? And all the conversations that I could have had with him, I was fortunate enough to have had.
Right.
And so when he passed, it was bittersweet in a way. It was bittersweet in a way because I was sad he left, but I was also happy that I was a good son to him.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And so there were so many other people in my family who were devastated, and they were crying and carrying on and all this type of stuff. And I came to realize that their sadness was for them.
Right.
You understand?
I do.
It was for them.
I do understand.
They didn't do
I do understand.
The things, you understand?
Yeah.
In any, and they didn't have the conversations. They didn't spend the time. They didn't do any of that.
Yes.
So when he passed, it was like a clean, and they were despondent because of that. But when I was listening to them, I was like, oh, this is really about them.
Yeah.
So the only advice I would give that person is at least you have some time.
Yeah, true. You have, got some time.
Because the other members of my family, they didn't know this was going to happen like that.
Right, yeah.
So they didn't have the opportunity to have conversations, to talk, to do any of the things that they would have if they would have known. Now, I was lucky in the sense that even though I didn't know, I just wanted to do this for my father because I loved him and I respected what he did for me as a son.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
And so that would be my only advice is just take this time, anything that you can think of that you can do.
Yeah. Do it.
Do it.
Did you ever have conversations with your father? I remember you talking about the game and him being cold and I was cracking up. But did you ever have conversations about what he did and how that allowed you to become who you are?
Oh, all the time.
I mean, I remember one of the best things you ever told me was The Godfather and how he had you watch
this
that.
Morning.
You did?
Yeah, I'm watching it. Like I got through half of it, but then I had to come here. So it's so weird to talk
back
about
on
that.
It, right?
Yeah.
And we studied that in business school on different personalities in business. So and your father's teaching you that as a kid, and I'm paying hundreds of thousands of dollars for some guy to teach me that. I should have just been a Umenyora.
Yeah.
That being said, so when you had those conversations on that, what would he say?
There's so many things that my dad would say, and most importantly, I think so many things that he would do. Right?
Okay.
So I'll give you one example. You know cookies.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Cookies. In Nigeria at the time, you can just go buy cookies the way you do now, right?
You just weren't available?
It's just, I mean, like digestive and all those things were very expensive, right? So I remember my dad would, because he loved sweets just like me. I got that from him. He would come home and he would buy digestives, right? Or tuck, right? And he would come home, he'd sit down, right? And there was 10 of us, 10 kids living in the house with him at the time, right? He would call us all one by one, right? And he would take 4 cookies each. Right? And he would distribute all these cookies to his kids every time he bought them. Every single time he bought them, right? Everything he did, he would share.
Yeah.
He was generous with everything that he did.
Ooh.
Right? So, like when people ask me why I behave in the way
this is how you behave.
It's because this is what I saw.
Wow.
You understand? This is what I saw my father do.
Right.
And so it automatically translates into the way I behave. You understand what I'm trying to say?
Yeah,
right.
I understand it so much that you just want to tell that person and remind them.
Yeah. Yeah. And so it's a lot of my mannerisms, there's a lot of my characteristics that even though I wasn't having conversations with him about those specifically, I just witnessed him doing this.
Yep.
And so I behaved in the same way because I know how it made me feel. You know, imagine, you're outside playing, you see him and he's calling you, you're so happy.
Yeah.
He's just giving you cookies and you're like, oh, so this is how.
And he loved it.
He absolutely loved the first time, because we were fortunate enough to go to like America,
right?
Like just to travel on vacation. And so I remember, we travel and then he take out his little envelope, $300. He's giving, he shared everything. Everything he shared. And he did everything for, like, kids in Africa, man. We vacation in America.
Yeah, crazy.
You understand? And so what did I do? When I had the opportunity, I paid it back to him.
Yeah.
In that way.
Yeah.
And I paid back to everybody around me.
It's all your family.
It's the exact same thing.
Wow.
It's the exact same thing.
And if anybody's been around your brothers and sisters, you can just see it.
Yeah.
You can just see it. Man, I know that's very personal, but I was thinking about it and I thought there's one guy who's got the answer to this, and I hope he can bestow some of this wisdom, and you just did. Yeah. And I truly, truly appreciate that. Great conversation. But I want to mention a few things that are coming up in the next 2 weeks. NFL International is always being international. The first thing, something very near and dear to my heart, because I've watched your effort, I've watched your execution, and I just can't believe what you're pulling off. Like, I literally, you have the Ghanaian combine, right?
Yeah.
I said that right. You
Ghanaian,
like that, huh?
yeah, Ghanaian.
Ghanaian.
Yeah.
He's like that, huh?
No, I think Americans say Ghanaian, but in Africa you say Ghanaian.
Well, you know how I say it the right way, Ghanaian.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That's how I roll.
Okay.
You have the combine coming up.
Yep. NFL Africa.
Right. I'm reading books on like startups and stuff.
Yeah.
And creators. You're just a creator, bro. This is an idea. And you just created, and now I see you as this goes. Your brain is thinking of the next thing.
Yeah,
right. You're just a slave to creation.
100%.
Period. So that's happening.
Yeah.
How are you feeling? What is the excitement level? What do you think we're going to see?
I think that as the time is approaching, I'm more and more incredulous. I'm like, what?
It's tripping you out.
You guys went for this.
Wait, what? We're actually doing this?
We're doing this? Bro, Jason, we took the NFL to Africa, brought them there. It is one of the most incredible and improbable things that I have witnessed. And I actually made it happen.
You did.
So many people, you know.
I love it too.
There's so much pride, right?
Yeah.
And then now I see all the players, and they're now coming up. They're all up in arms.
Them?
They want to be involved. They want to be.
They want a piece.
Yeah,
as they should.
As they should.
This is what you wanted.
It's so incredible, man, to see the heritage and the pride and how everybody is now coalescing around what is happening. And I'm over the moon, man. I really am. It's one of my more significant, I would say, accomplishments to do something like this because of how it's going to affect so many people.
Without a doubt, you've always talked about that change in lives, and that's exactly what you're doing. It's all about what you're doing for other people, which is the key, and which is what's making this so great. There's something else that you had your name all over that you helped develop. And I'm just being honest. I mean, this isn't an OC Roadshow right here. This is honest conversation. And that's the Academy.
Yep.
And they're having the Combine.
Yep.
And if you follow the Academy on any social media channel, you see all of these kids getting college offers, scholarship offers. This was the point of it. Let's get the best people from this country, surrounding European nations, right? Or the world, from the world, get them to the Academy, and let's get them to the U.S. Let's get them scholarships. Let's get them integrated in the game we love. Scholarships everywhere. And it all starts at the Combine, right? Yep. Combine, see who the next crop is. It's amazing. Shout out to you for that. And I'm excited every time I see one of these kids get a scholarship offer. Our boy F.A.'s coming over.
F.A.
Saw him the other day looking fly.
He's looking good, right?
Yeah.
For the Washington football
for the
team.
Washington.
The Commanders.
Yeah. And I want to see that defensive line play well this year because they were supposed to play well last year and they didn't.
Yeah.
But F.A.'s there now with his old coach.
Maybe he's going to take them over the top.
You like it? You like it?
I like it.
They ball out. It's for him. And there's a guy who loves coming here. He's
Okay.
been here before. I caught a pass from him before.
Oh, okay, you did.
Yeah, I caught a pass from here. You know, he called me by my first name.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying? Saw him at the Super Bowl, dapped him up. Security almost didn't let me through, but he looked at me. It was cool.
There was some familiarity.
It was like, I know this dude.
Gotcha.
You know, that's Osi's friend, Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson is coming to visit. I was reading something the other day talking about his schedule, about how much he travels, and the offensive coordinator, you know, learning a new system. And the coordinator said, I know guys that are around that don't put as much work as he does when he's away.
Yeah. Yeah.
Boom. So shout out to Russell Wilson coming over here. Good things coming up for NFL International. Next time we talk, we're going to get the breakdown of what happened in Africa at the Combine. OC will give us all the good stuff. The lights are out. Time to go. Shout out Jason and OC podcast.
You got a full African experience.
Yeah. Lights are out. Nobody paid.
A full.
Lazy boy. Holla at your boy.